Esta es una muestra de los documentales técnicos de ADN, con los cuales nuestros alumnos perfeccionan su inglés. Neurolingüística, Thinking English.
As we look around us in this complex world, we see information everywhere. From the cars we drive, to the mobile phones we use. Information is everywhere, and is an essential part of our lives. We're drowning in information, and yet starving for knowledge. With so much information all around us, have you ever stopped to ponder the information of life? The code that's in every cell, every piece of DNA, and all living things. Hi, my name's Chris, and we're going to dive deep into the world of cellular biology and information science to see if we might get a little closer to the big question, where did we come from? You know, even though we've made many breakthrough discoveries in science, there's still so much more to be discovered. It will be through these discoveries that we'll be able to cure disease, improve our well-being, and possibly discover the origin of life. And with the most common worldview of life's origin being chemical evolution, how does this scenario align itself with our knowledge of information science? Information science is changing the way that we think about all living systems. New York City is a pretty busy place. The traffic, people, the messaging, the systems of transportation. But when comparing a living cell to this great city, New York pales in comparison. A cell is so complex that scientists have only scratched the surface of what really goes on in there. However, even with our limited understanding, what we do know is that the inner workings of a simple cell are simply extraordinary.
It's almost like there's a miniature city in every cell, and everybody has their own little job. If all the traffic lights decided to all just go crazy, you have issues that not only are, do we fix the light, but also we have traffic issues, we have crime issues, we have problems that snowball from one part breaking down.
Amino acids are the most basic building blocks of life. Each amino acid is an organic molecule that has a carboxylic acid and amine group attached to the same carbon atom. Here are two organic molecules that have the same composition but are mirror images of each other. These are known as right-handed and left-handed amino acids. Amazingly, living organisms only use and produce left-handed amino acids. Scientists have no explanations for this. When amino acids are created in a laboratory, an equal number of left-handed and right-handed amino acids are produced. It's a fascinating mystery that living systems only produce and use left-handed amino acids. Equally fascinating, these amino acids have many different functions. One particularly important function is its role as the building blocks of proteins. Proteins are linear chains of amino acids. Every protein is chemically defined by its unique sequence of amino acid residues. Just as the letters of the alphabet can be combined to form a variety of words, amino acids can be linked together in varying sequences to form a vast variety of proteins. Even the simplest life generally has thousands of proteins. These proteins are essential to organisms and are involved in virtually every process within a living cell. Proteins have structural and mechanical functions. For instance, in muscles and the cytoskeleton, they help to maintain cell shape. while other proteins are important in cell signaling, immune responses, cell adhesion, and the cellular life cycle. One particular protein, called a motor protein, transports various cellular cargo, like energy-producing mitochondria to cellular neighborhoods in need of fuel. They can also provide the pulling power needed to separate chromosomes during cell division. Amino acids carry information from one part of a cell to another, as well as to other cells within the organism. So as you can see, without amino acids and proteins, basic cell structure as we know it could not exist. Scientists have also discovered something known as the interactome, which is an incredibly dynamic network used by the cell for internal communication. It's like the internet of the cell, where proteins, RNA, and DNA can stay in constant communication with each other. Let's examine what DNA is and how it works to better understand how information is used in the cell. Deoxyribonucleic acid, or DNA, is a long polymer of nucleotides, each nucleotide being a deoxyribose sugar molecule, one phosphate group, and one base. Nucleotides are joined together to form the DNA backbone. A second DNA strand then joins the first to form a double helix. You may recognize the code letters A, C, G, and T, which are the four bases used in DNA. These bases are adenine, A, cytosine, C, guanine, G, and thymine, T. Like the code in Mr. Gates' software, the sequence of the four bases encodes genetic instructions used in the development and functioning of all known living organisms. Once organized, this information is what makes up the gene. And genes, as we all know, contain the recipes for the components of life. Human DNA contains an estimated 20 to 25,000 genes in its approximately 3 billion base pairs. Once DNA is organized into a single coiled piece, it's then wrapped around a complex hierarchical structure of proteins. This is what is commonly known as a chromosome. There are 23 pairs of chromosomes in the human genome. A genome is a full set of chromosomes containing all the inheritable traits of an organism. And as we observe our surroundings, we can see there are many different genomes in existence, creating very unique and incredible organisms.
Neurolingüística Thinking English te da la bienvenida a su nuevo programa Londres en Bogotá. Ya no es necesario hacer largos y costosos viajes para aprender inglés. Aprende el idioma en tan solo 6 meses, aplicando tecnología de punta basada en la programación neurolingüística, una metodología revolucionaria que simplifica el aprendizaje para hacerlo divertido, cantando, bailando, riendo y divirtiéndose. Alcance más rápido sus metas, no pierda oportunidades laborales, académicas o de entretenimiento. Solicite una clase gratuita. Neurolingüística Thinking English. Nuestra meta, convertir a Colombia en el Londres de Latinoamérica.